high school to the college ranks, basketball fans throughout the UP and to be happy with all the action tonight. Good evening, everyone. Between college and high school hoops, there's a lot to get to. We begin this evening, though, in Marquette, where the Northern Michigan University women's basketball team played a thriller against Saginaw Valley State. Troy Madsen and the Lady Cats trailed by as many as 9 points in the second half. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game. NMU down 3. Alyssa Kola finds Annie Rumendunst open for 3. She drills it. We were tied at 54. Under 30 seconds left. The Cats down by 4. Kola gets the rock to Lauren Gruber for 3. Nothing but nylon. NMU down just 1. They call a timeout. Out of the timeout, the Cardinals trying to kill some clock, but Kristen Green gets called for the offensive foul after launching Bree Gasparovich with their forearm. Ball to NMU. 13 seconds left. The Cats run a play. Gruber takes it herself to the rim, and she would be fouled right there with 8 seconds left. And her team trailed by 1 point. Now Gruber would make her first free throw, and the second one on the way was good too. NMU leading 64-63. Saginaw Valley pushes the ball up the floor. Tick, tick, tick. Kristen Green puts up the shot. No good. Northern Michigan hangs on to win it 64-63 behind a career-high 25 points from Miss Gruber. After the game, Coach Madsen talked about who else but Lauren Gruber.
There's somebody that's really tough. You know, it's her. I mean, she's a tough person, and she's a really dedicated. She's one of my favorite players of all time that I've been able to coach in 30 years of coaching, and then she came through big by making big shots when they counted, and she's our best free throw shooter.
I mean, we practice a lot of free throws, and all the time. We shoot 100 at practice, so I was just trying to go up there and just do what I do in practice, stay calm, stay relaxed, and then just focus on making the shots. I don't know if we really changed anything, but just stuck with what we were doing the whole game. I mean, it takes a lot of perseverance to come out with a win like that, so I think we just really kept pushing it and kept fighting.
The Wildcats have won their last 3 games by, get this, a combined 6 points. That's living on the edge. NMU is next in action on Saturday against Wayne State. Speaking of Wayne State, the Warriors and Lady Huskies played for first place in the GLIAC North Division tonight in Houghton. Second half, the Huskies down 16 points. Danielle Blake comes up with the steal. She takes it all the way in for 2 of her 24 points on the night. The other way for Wayne State, Kristen Long with the rock in transition. Her pass to Ashley Wilson ahead was on target. Wilson lays it in. She finished with 10 points. Now Tech would make a run late in the game. Mackenzie Pertu decides to take it to the rim herself, and that was a good decision. Pertu had 19 points in the game. Later, Huskies still trailing by 8. Paige Albee also decides to go to the bucket, and why not? Paige would make the layup here. Huskies, though, still down by 8. Now Mackenzie Pertu would hit a 3-ball coming up here with under a minute to go to pull her team to within 6, but Wayne State would win it in the end, 90-82. The Warriors now have a 2-game lead in the GLIAC North Division over the Huskies. In the Sioux, the Lake State women fell 72-63 to Grand Valley. Westman alum Megan Mannanen had 6 points and 5 assists for LSSU. Back to the highlights. The Michigan Tech men look to win its 4th straight game. First half, the Huskies start raining shots from three-point land. Ben Stelzer from the corner, thanks to Austin Armga, gets the ball and tickles the twine. 3-0 Michigan Tech. Wayne State would counter. Brian Coleman with the rock on the right wing, drives to his left, and Coleman uses the window to his advantage. Tech's, though, still up 3-2. Stelzer made 2 3-point shots in the game. We showed you his first one, and here's the second. That gave the Huskies the early 8-2 lead. Now Stelzer would continue to pile up the stat sheet any way he could. On the run, he finds Luke Heller underneath the bucket for the basket. Timeout Wayne State with the Huskies leading 8-2. Michigan Tech would go on to win it 63-55 over Wayne State. Austin Armga had 18 points to lead all scorers. We stay with men's basketball. Let's go to the Berry. NMU taking on Saginaw Valley. First half, the Cardinals leading 2-0. Damon Bozeman drives to the basket, goes up and under the Cats' D for the layup. That put the Cards up by 4. Back comes NMU. Brennan Haverkamp waits for a cutting Marcus Hall to cut. Marcus cuts and takes it strong to the hoop for 2, part of 9 points for him in the game. Going to the rim worked so well for Hall that Terry Nash decided to do the same thing, and with his left hand, Nash connects on the runner. He also finished with 9. Later in the half, NMU down 5. Hall drives inside. He loses the handle, but Haverkamp was there for the lay-in. But in the end, Saginaw Valley would win it 61-50. Back to the scoreboards for just a second. The Lake State men continue to pile up win after win after win. Cameron Metz, 29 points to lead the way for Lake State in a 20-point win over Grand Valley State. To high school hoops we go. From the UPSSA Boys Big 5 poll, number 2 Negaunee battled at number 1 Marquette. The Miners led by 12 points at the half, but the Redmen would make a run. Andy Nyquist, nice head fake, gets the ball to Veas Grazoulis for the bunny at the rim. Marquette, though, down 9. The Miners had an answer. Eric Laurie works off the screen, takes it to the glass. His shot, no, but Zane Radloff was there for the rebound and the putback. Negaunee up 11. Marquette would cut the Negaunee lead down to single digits here. Andy Nyquist was left wide open for 3. Bang, bang, bang. The Redmen were down 8. Marquette would pull to within 4. The Miners with the rock. Jay Laurie drives baseline. Tyler Windall was open for 3. Tyler buckets. Negaunee would make its free throws down the stretch, and the Miners would knock off the Redmen 61-55, handing Marquette their first loss of the season. To the scores, Munising defeats Alger County rival Superior Central 72-37, and a couple of other games were postponed because of the weather. Westwood and Norway would try again tomorrow night. No makeup date yet from Big Bay or Stevenson. Back to the highlights in girls ball, the Big 5 poll. Number 1 Marquette and number 3 Houghton. Second half, the Gremlins leading the Radettes by 15. Shayla Hubner gets it ahead to Hunter Vidala, and from the far corner, Vidala hits the triple. That pulled her team back to within 12 points. A little later, Miss Vidala, not done quite yet, comes up with the rock off the steal, and with her head up all the way, Hunter decides to take the biscuit to the basket for the hoop, plus the harm. She finished with a game-high 34 points, but that didn't faze the Gremlins one bit. Number 21 in orange and white, Ashlyn Caro, hits the tray from the near corner, one of 6 threes in the game for Caro. She had 22 points. Caro would pull up and hit the short jumper 2 right there. In the end, the Gremlins would come away with the 74-65 win over the Radettes. They hit 13 3 balls in the game. That's a lot. To the scoreboards, Escanaba's Michelle Lefebvre poured in 34 as the Eskimos defeated the Hematites 56-50. Gwyn, 10 better than Norway, 42-32. West Iron County's Meg Mayatek scored 20, but it was the Copper Kings coming away with the victory. Hancock defeated Republic Michigami, your final 56-19. Congrats to Dollar Bay. They won the Copper Country Conference title outright for the first time since 1983 with a 44-33 win tonight over the Lakes. It was Jeffers 40, Ewan Trout Creek 26. Lexi Gussert had 24. Forest Park defeated North Dickinson. Bark River Harris won at Kearney Nadeau 66-38. The Rapid River North Central game was called off because of the weather. They will try again tomorrow night. Superior Central had 4 in double figures in a 58-26 W over Munising, and the game between Midpen and Big Bay has been postponed until Wednesday.